Breaking Pujara's concentration is not easy, but I am going to try and get through his defense on this episode of What the Duck Season 2, powered by Hike Messenger. Three triple centuries in a week. Don't you like to do anything else in life? Like AC and like chill out movies. What do you do? Yeah, I mean, how do you manage this?
I think it all started off from junior cricket. So my very first game for Saurashtra team, I got a triple hundred, and after that it became habit. I kept on scoring runs at junior level, and then the three triple hundreds you're mentioning about. Two of them came in under 22, and the last one came in Ranji Trophy game against Orissa. So I think it's the habit which I created at the junior level. But apart from that, I do a lot of other stuff like playing PlayStation. I'm into other sports like table tennis and badminton also.
PlayStation, you said, right?
Yes.
I've heard from your colleagues that your strike rate in that part of the game is pretty heavy, and yes. You have some interesting battles with your colleagues as well. Is that true?
Yes, it's very true.
When you're very competitive.
Yes, when I'm playing PlayStation, I'll always be loud. I'll always be making a lot of noise, which might not happen on a cricket field. But when I'm sitting in a room playing PlayStation with all the colleagues, I'll always be loud. I'll always challenge them. And I would like to mention one incident where myself and Murli Vijay were playing tennis in PlayStation. So whenever I beat him, I'll make annoying faces. I'll always tease him with something. And he really got offended. So what happens is after a month, he comes to my room and he knocks my door and says, "Let's play a game." So I thought, it'll be peanuts. I can beat you anytime in PlayStation. And suddenly I'm playing a game and he's beating me all out. Like I didn't know what to do. And then I asked him, what did you do? And he was telling me that I was practicing for 1 month to beat you because you were so annoying and you were challenging me so much. So I wanted to tell you that I can beat you as well.
You know, I never knew Murli Vijay was so competitive, yeah. But Shikhar के साथ कोई interesting incident?
जब शिखर और विराट एक्चुअली दे वर इन वन टीम, वो दोनों एक टीम में थे. मैं और आई थिंक रिद्धिमान साहा, वी वर इन वन टीम. So whenever our team scores a goal, I always look at Shikhar Dhawan and just roll my hand on top of his head. And
you'll get the same feeling here.
Yeah, it's very similar. And that's why he will first look at me like this and he'll smile and he'll say, "Okay, we'll come back." And then whenever they score a goal, he will just keep dancing in front of me. Then after 2-3 goals, he was really offended, and then he was staring at me and he was giving me that look, and he was actually offended. But like we always have a good time whenever we play PlayStation. It's always fun.
Virat is aggressive, we know that, on the field, but I believe you have also given it back to Virat. Which game was that?
One was TT and another one was tennis. So, as we all know, Virat is very aggressive, and even his tennis and table tennis both, he plays too many smashes. So, what I'll do is, I knew how to win against him. I'll just roll it back to him. I'll just keep playing slow balls against him, and I'll make sure that the ball pitches on the other court.
So you're like that irritating table tennis player. You can smash as much as you want, but those deep chops will come.
Yeah, it'll keep on coming. Because
you do that to the bowlers also, yeah.
You'll have to ask other bowlers.
Yeah, many bowlers say that when you're bowling to Cheteshwar Pujara, you get a feeling even at night that your arm is rotating.
But Virat, are not dreaming about it.
Yeah, hopefully not. But Virat, when it comes to tennis, can beat you?
No, he can't.
No?
No, he
that
can't.
mean you're beating him in all games?
Yes, I am.
Well done.
No, but when it comes to FIFA, he has improved a lot, and it's a competitive game. So we are even when it comes to FIFA. But tennis, I've been beating him.
So now we know that you are aggressive, but on the field, no, you look very religious types. You know, I've also heard that कि Cheteshwar Pujara 2-3 बार पूजा भी करता है. You are religious, superstitious kind of person?
I am religious, but I wouldn't say I'm a superstitious because I never believe that I have to follow any such thing to score runs or to be successful, because I have a set routine. I always try and follow routine, but there is a difference between following a routine and being superstitious. So I always believe in my preparations. I always try and overcome if I'm carrying any superstitions.
But tell me something, when you pray, you're praying for what? Triple hundred, double hundred?
No, actually that is part of my routine, and even when I retire, I'll keep on continue that. I'll keep praying. But when I pray, I never pray that I should get 100 in the next game or India needs to win. So that is not something which I follow. I've seen many cricketers visit a temple. I mean, each and every individual is different. But I personally never pray to...
Basically, you don't have a demand list.
Yes.
You just pray.
Yeah. And I always enjoy doing that.
And superstition?
I always try and come over it.
So give me an example.
So in one game, I remember when I got 100 at Wankhede, I remember that I put my right foot in front. And then next game, I don't remember where, but I tried making sure that I put my left leg first. And I told myself, now I have to score 100, because I believe that to score 100, you don't need to put your right feet first or the left one. I mean, you just have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in your preparation.
Because most of the players I have met say that once we decide left pad, then all our life it is left pad.
For some, it does work, because cricket is a psychological game. At times, you need to think, I mean, you need to just believe in yourself. And to believe in yourself, you sometimes carry some routine and some superstitions, which works for them. But personally, I never...
But now we are talking about religion and we are talking about God. So let's talk about Sachin Tendulkar. I mean, there was a time that in the farewell test, Sachin Tendulkar came into bat and you were at the other end. I'm sure it was an amazing experience because chaos was happening there. You know, I'm sure you were also disoriented. Ki ye ho kya raha hai? What was going on?
I think first of all, what I remember is I was standing with the West Indian team when Sachin Paji walked into bat, and the crowd, the kind of noise what they were making, it was the loudest. I've been part of IPL, I've been part of the ODI team, but that was the loudest I've ever heard on a cricket field. And I initially didn't know what to do. And when he walks in, he tells me something. And actually, I couldn't hear what he was saying. So I had to ask him, Sachin Paji, I mean, what are you saying? I mean, I had to ask him again. And then he tells me that whatever happens, whatever is happening around, we don't need to focus on that. We just have to be in our zone. We'll focus on the things which we have to focus on. And I mean, it made a lot of sense because I didn't know what to do at that time. And after what he told, I started focusing on what I had to do. And eventually, I got 100.
Nice. Oh, you we forgot about it.
Yeah, many people, they only remember what happened in that game, how many runs Sachin Paji scored, whether India won or lost, they didn't know. But yeah, I want to remind that I got 100.
But it used to always happen. You toured with Tendulkar and most of the time people used to wait, especially when he was batting at 4, people used to wait ki pehle 2 wicket chale jaye. Something like this happened?
Yes, I mean, whenever a wicket falls, I mean, when the first wicket falls, they were clapping. I mean, I didn't know why the crowd was clapping, but they wanted Sachin to bat. So after the second wicket falls and when he walks into bat and he's on strike, he takes a single and then I come on strike and I hit a 4. So no one was clapping. And then when I take a single and they are clapping loudly, I mean, I didn't know, I mean, whether to hit a 4 or to take a single. Sometimes I knew that even if I hit a 4, no one will appreciate. But if I take a single, then everyone will be happy.
But congratulations for your 100.
Thank you.
You know, there's one similarity between your dad and Ramakant Achrekar. And Sachin always mentions that, you know, I scored so many runs, but barely you will get a well played. At least your dad says well played to you.
Yeah, he just says well played. But apart from that, I've made many sacrifices. He didn't allow me to do so many things. I was never allowed to celebrate any festivals starting from Holi. Because if I play Holi, there is a chance that my eyes will get burned.
Arey baap re.
Then, if there is Diwali, I wasn't allowed to play any firecrackers because there is a chance that my hand might get burned or there is a chance of some injury. Then... what else? The Garba.
Acha, you played Garba, right?
No. I was just allowed to go and watch.
Why?
Because, I mean, I could never convince him that if I play Garba, it might help me improve my footwork.
But he didn't agree.
No, he didn't agree. And I was only allowed to watch till 10:30, 11 because I had to come back and sleep on time. So not till 12 o'clock, not till when it finishes.
But now is your dad still strict, or does he still, now he's okay?
He's
कि चलो यार अभी इतने रन बना रहे, 300 बना रहे, तो थोड़ा सा लीवे दे दो.
I think there's a role of my wife. I mean, they have a good rapport. So she convinced him that if I have to go out somewhere or if I demand something, then it's realistic. But at the same time, she balances it out. Like I'll talk about my childhood. I also wanted to mention this, that he never allowed me to play with a tennis ball.
Wait. You're saying he didn't allow you to play with a tennis ball?
Tennis ball. Yes.
99% of cricketers played with the tennis ball.
Yes. But I wasn't allowed to. The reason was that tennis ball has a different bounce. So you wouldn't have the same footwork what you have with the season ball. So his theory was that it has a different bounce and you will end up spoiling your footwork. So whenever I went and played gully cricket, I was just standing behind the stumps and doing wicket keeping. So I wasn't allowed to bowl. I wasn't allowed to bat.
You didn't play gully cricket?
No.
Ever?
I was just playing as a wicket keeper, not as a batsman, not as a bowler.
Thank God he didn't say be the umpire. But every time now you're batting and that Pujara bottom handle grip, focus, there's somebody in the stands who's very happy. That's your wife.
Yes.
And I've always seen her excited. Pooja is like, she's in the game, and many wives in the past never were so passionate about the game. And I met her the other day and she knows more about your cricket than you do, by the way.
Yeah, that is true.
Statistics
that is true now.
And now, earlier not.
Not when we met first. She didn't know who I was. By then I had played for the Indian team, but she didn't know I was a test player. But my mother-in-law, she did. She did know that I'd played for the Indian team and I had scored some runs.
Wow.
So unlike other mother-in-laws, I mean, she knew that who I was. But I mean, coming back to my wife, she didn't know anything initially, but she always loved watching games. So she started traveling to each and every match, and she talks a lot with my father. So what happens is my father will always discuss technical aspects with my wife, and sometimes my wife
all the best. So does she say that thoda back and across movement mat karna hai, incoming delivery ko thoda gap kam karna hai?
She will call me in the evening if she is not traveling, or if she's traveling with me. Then when I reach back to the hotel, and she'll tell me, who gets out to an off spinner like that?
Fair point. That is so funny. But all technical analysis is with your dad.
Yes, it is. Every evening of a game, or even when I'm practicing, I'll call him and I'll ask him that if he has watched the game on TV, what has he felt? Whether if there was something wrong with my technical thing, or if there is any advice, or if he has noticed something, he will tell me on the phone.
Superb. Technical analysis by father, mother-in-law knows cricket, wife is telling you about your back and across movement. You have a tough life, mate.
No, but I have come to an understanding now.
Nice. Now, Cheteshwar, let's talk about your batting. Also, let's talk about Ranchi, India-Australia. 500 balls record, beat the great Rahul Dravid. Tell us something about that game, yeah?
It was an interesting game. When in the first innings, when Australia scored 450, we were under pressure. At one stage, we were 350 for 6. So when Ridhiman Saha walks into bat, I mean, I just told him that we need to build a partnership because we are in trouble. I mean, we need to win the series. So that is when everything started. I mean, I didn't know whether I'll get a double 100 or not. But the way Ridhiman Saha batted, I got a lot of confidence from him. And when I reached 500 when I faced 500 balls, everyone was clapping from the dressing room, and they were just waving at me like this. And I didn't know. I mean, I was just looking at the scoreboard, and then suddenly I realized, oh, I've faced 500 balls, and I didn't know. I mean,
I've heard that there's something that you did which was very funny. Celebrated before the landmark.
Yeah, that was on 149. So
what happened exactly?
Actually, I thought I was batting on 149 and I took a single, but actually I was batting on 148. So when I reached 149, I was just raising my bat towards the dressing room. But what happens is, our Indian total was 399. So I told Riddhiman Saha, I was waving my bat for 400, not for 150.
Smart.
And whenever someone asked me in the dressing room, I was just waving it for 400, not for 150.
Another interesting thing happened in that match. Apart from the Australian bowlers and the fielders, even the umpire was sledging you.
Yes, that is true.
What happened?
The reason is when I'm playing a pull shot against Hazelwood and I'm looking at the umpire, and what he does is he'll do like this and suddenly like this.
You must have felt what is happening.
Yeah, but thanks to DRS, I knew that I didn't hit the ball, but initially I felt, what is he doing? I mean, why is he trying to give me out? And I'm looking the same thing on the big screen, and that is when I realized that he has done such thing. And he was laughing at it. I mean, ultimately he knew that I didn't edge the ball, but it was a funny incident.
What an innings that was. But Australia, you're not telling us more, yeah. I'm sure lots happened. Other players are telling me a lot of stories. You're not saying anything.
Well,
especially after you scored so many runs, yeah.
Okay. Yes, they did. I mean, एक बार क्या हुआ कि when I was batting on 180 in the third test match at Ranchi, one of the Australian player came and told me that, Pooj, if you don't get out now, we'll have to call for the wheelchair.
That is a great compliment. I'm sure you had just tired the hell out of them.
Yes, they're frustrated. They're really tired in the third test match. And because of which, I think we had an advantage in the last test match. But throughout the series, they were really competitive, and this was one of the best test series I've been part of.
South Africa, any interesting experience? West Indies, you've gone to West Indies. Anything there?
In West Indies, I was mugged once.
Mugged?
Yes, I was. So at 11 at night, myself and team physio, we were on an India A tour, and we were hungry, and we thought there was a Subway restaurant nearby. So we thought of going to the restaurant and to get some food. When we were coming back, someone just came from behind and just pulled me. And I was shocked.
And it was not a West Indian fast bowler.
Thankfully, there was no West
Indian. Because
the
only way to get Pujara out in West Indies is to mug him somewhere outside. But tell me, what happened?
Someone tried pulling me, and then I actually was. Initially, I didn't know what to do, and I thought I'll just try and fight with him. So I tried pushing him off, but he was so strong. He didn't even move. He was just like this, and he was just trying to pull my shirt. And suddenly, what happens? I don't know. I mean, they got scared, or not. They didn't get scared of me. But there was a bus stop nearby, and there was a bus which comes near to the street end. So when I don't know whether they get scared of the bus, or I don't know the reason, but they started running away.
The next thing on What the Duck Season 2, powered by Hike Messenger, is most bankable player that you will select. So I'll give you two situations. You have to tell me who's the most bankable person in this particular situation. So the first situation, you are playing to save the match. Okay. India's got something 105 for 9 or something like that. You have to select a tailender who will bat through, the most bankable tailender to bat through the 8 overs to save the match.
I won't select a tailender. What I'll do is I'll keep the strike and not allow him to bat.
Nice, nice. But if there is a situation, you don't want to name.
Not really, no.
Done. But good answer. Second situation. You're a forward short leg fielder. Dangerous position. Which is the spinner you will choose? Who's the most bankable spinner who will not let you down and bowl a short ball?
I think Riddhiman Saha. because he hardly bowls. And when it comes to short leg, I won't take chances.
I can just say you are more bankable than most of the players. Well done, Cheteshwar.
Thank you.
Okay, this is a round which will test you. Okay, your father saw a photograph of yours when you were very young, and he realized that there was balance in that photograph, and therefore he promoted your cricketing career, and we can see that you have balance, and everybody says that you have balance, you have honesty, and you have focus.
Right.
But we need to test this. We are not going to let you go like that.
Okay.
So what we are going to do is we are going to ask you questions, but which you have to answer, but it's not going to be easy. You have to do it while you are actually having a tennis ball on your bat, standing on one leg.
Oh.
Are you ready to take the challenge? Because this will make you ready for South Africa, Australia and England. You ready?
Yes.
Let's start?
Yep.
There you are. So this is your ultimate test of balance, focus and honesty. So what do you have to do? I have explained it to you that ting, 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 ting with the tennis ball, and then 1 foot up and answer my questions. Focus, determination is not as easy as leaving the ball.
Let's see.
Okay. You want to start?
Yep.
Done. Start. Who has a better moustache, Shikhar Dhawan or Jadeja?
Shikhar Dhawan.
Whose room is the messiest?
Mohammad Shami.
Who is your laziest colleague?
Ishant Sharma.
Who's the funniest guy in the team?
Murli Vijay.
Does Cheteshwar need a break?
KL Rahul has already mentioned.
Does Pooja want Cheteshwar to take a break?
Yes.
Who's the best partner, Rahul or Vijay?
Both.
What about Pooja?
She is the first one.
Last question. What is more challenging, facing 512 balls in the test or 2 hours of shopping with your wife?
2 hours of shopping with me.
Well done, well done. Now you're selected for like 10 years from my team. Okay, we want you to sign a bat for us, which is signed by all the guests on the show on What the Duck Season 2. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Pleasure.
Now we have a special gift for you. It's a jersey. There it is.
Wow.
What is 5?
I don't know.
What's the number of ducks you've scored so far in all formats? It's
Not
less.
many. Still less.
It's very less, but you have a long career.
Yeah.
Even
I hope it
greats
doesn't
have-
grow much.
Hopefully not.